morning. This is Celeste of Astrology by Celeste. Yes, it is. Very late this morning. Sorry. I was having computer problems. The word of the day on the Celestial Insights podcast, which is available wherever you listen to help you surf the energies of the week like a boss, is reboot. So yeah, I'm having issues with having to reboot my computer. Hi, Chrysula. Hi, the Imaginary Restaurant. Welcome, welcome. Yes. Welcome, everyone. Raven and Dee. Okay, they're going by too fast. Welcome, everyone. This is the Celestial Insights program where I'm going to talk a little bit about the energy and the news and then pull cards for Oracle guidance. Yes, I am. And first, a few announcements. The Celestial Insights podcast is available wherever you listen. This week is called Tortured Poet. Yes, it is. In honor of, you can listen to it and hear all about it. But I'm very pleased. One of my Super Bowl predictions came, two of them actually. I shouldn't be, I'm pleased to be accurate, but I feel bad for the guy who hurt himself. Oh, good, BZ Cosmic Wheel. You started working on your Angular House homework. Wonderful. I hope you get some amazing insights from my Astrology Foundations class. Yes. And I am also announcing today that I am teaching my Moon Mastery program for Synchronicity University for Nadia Shah's school. I'm so excited. You can get it for just $5 a class. It's 5 weeks starting March 5th. You have to get it before February 29th to get the special deal. If you can afford one of the other options, you get options. Please consider it because, I am compensated more if you pick another one. But the scale of her school allows me to present my work for such a low price. So I hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you there. Hi, Courtney. So wonderful to see you. Yes, inner consultant. Yes. Okay. So check that out. You can go to the link in my bio or just go to synchronicityuniversity.com to register for the class today. It's going to be great. My Moon Mastery, my full program is 12 weeks, but I'm giving, a abbreviated program to help people learn everything about their natal moon, as well as how to work with the moon cycles. And it's for beginners. Like if you're a real beginner and all you know is like the signs, and you'll be just fine. So consider joining. Okay, what else did I want to say? Great time. So we're 6 weeks out from the eclipses. We're going to have a lunar eclipse at 5 Libra on March 25th, and then the solar eclipse on April 8th at 19 Aries. So you may be starting to see your stories coming through about the eclipses. So if you may want to come for a reading, especially if this is activating any of your personal planets, or your angular houses. That would be the 1st, 4th, 7th, or 10th, or just to know, what may be coming up for you, because that's happening in conjunction with Mercury retrograde and a Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. It is going to be wild in April. Yes, it is. Okay, let me see if there are any questions or comments, and then we'll jump in. Okay. So yesterday was the Super Bowl. I was too busy getting ready for this class I'm teaching, so I didn't have an opportunity to watch the whole game. But my prediction, Steph Shebear. Yes, I did predict. I had 2 predictions for the Super Bowl. I should laugh about the first one because the North Node and Chiron are conjunct at 16 degrees of Aries. And the North Node is an amplifier. Chiron's the wounded healer, where you can literally wound or heal, have a problem or, get better. And it's conjunct the midheaven. So if a planet is within 5 degrees of a house cusp, it's putting its energy on that house. So the Chiron and the North Node are at 16 or at 16 Aries. The midheaven of the chart is at 20 Aries. So that's within 5 degrees. So it's really like Chiron and the North Node were sitting like right at the top of the chart. So I thought, and the top of the chart, the 10th house is the most public part of our charts. So, and this game, I thought there would be an injury of some sort. And Aries is the head, but in the seventh house is Mercury in Aquarius. And Aquarius rules the ankles and that, lower part of the leg. And it's squaring Jupiter in Taurus in the 10th house. So I thought maybe there would be some kind of ankle injury because squares are tension and activating. And this player apparently was just walking on the field, Jupiter and Taurus, doing nothing, walking on the field, and broke his Achilles. His Achilles snapped. That's really near the ankle. So yeah, the Achilles is part of that Mercury, he was just walking along the grass, Jupiter and Taurus. Nobody attacked him or anything, in the game, and his Achilles snapped. So that's how you can see events through the chart. Yeah. Oh, were there other injuries besides that? See, I didn't watch the game. Yeah. Was there any head injuries? Because I was wondering with Chiron and Aries that there might be a head injury because Aries rules the head. And then the other thing I saw in the chart is that Mars was at that 29th degree of Capricorn. And Mars is exalted in Capricorn, so lifted up, so it can do what it does better and well and effectively. And Mars is around conflict and competition, and it's conjunct Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So in that last anaretic degree where it's like holding all the energy, trying to, and it's like ready to express it. And conjunct Pluto, which is also an amplifier, the higher octave of Mars. And Aquarius, the whole collective is watching this game. And this Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift's boyfriend, got into this screaming match, or I don't think it was even a match. He started screaming at his coach, and I guess he put his hands on him. Yeah, so that was pretty wild. That was the Mars, that meme is going to live forever with him like screaming in the coach's face. That's the Mars Pluto energy. Oh, good. Yes, Lisa, come get a reading. Yeah, you can book on Astrology by Celeste. Oh, Anna Grace. Anna, your ascendant's at 19 Aries, so you are being eclipsed. So yeah, you can come for a reading, or if you just want me to look at your chart, then send me, you can go to the link in my bio. But when your ascendant's eclipsed, if anything comes up, go to the doctor right away. Now, Chiron on your ascendant could be symbolic of you healing, like some wounds about your identity or yourself, but be extra careful. I mean, about, especially around April 8th, because it's really, number one, February 19th, the North Node and Chiron are that's the exact conjunction. So be extra careful. And then, around the eclipse, just extra careful, not multitasking, so you don't bump your head on something. But if you do bump your head, that's symbolic of what you're having. But I hope it's not anything. I hope it's it's probably all internal for you. But if you get sick, if you get COVID or something like that, that would make sense. But what you can do is get extra rest, not multitask, pay attention when you're moving through the world is a good thing to do. That was really gross. And I wonder if Taylor Swift I hope she was paying attention to that. Yeah, really aggressive. Well, Travis Kelce, what he has, we don't know his birth time, but I pulled his chart. So he has his Mars at his Mars at his Mars is in Libra, and it's conjunct the sun. So it is what is called combust. So he has his Mars in detriment and combust the sun. Now he's used this to be a great athlete. He also has Venus in detriment in Scorpio. So Venus in Scorpio wants Libra, and Mars in Libra wants Scorpio. So he has his Mars and Venus in mutual reception. Yeah. So they're in mutual reception. So they can kind of like Freaky Friday. So gives him the ability to be this like hard charging, I think, football player, as well as, to do that well. But yeah, we saw, his temper and his acting really volatile. But I mean, he's a football player, so he's trained to be a warrior, or be in conflict all the time. But yeah, it spilled out. Then we saw some of his shadow characteristics, because the sun was on his north node at the time. So amplifying the north node in our charts has to do with our ascendant and midheaven. Like it's like kind of combines the two, our identity and how we put ourselves out in the world, and our highest potential. And so the sun's on his north node, amplifying that. It makes total sense. He won the Super Bowl, but it's also, his team won the Super Bowl, but it's also like showed us something about his personality, with him screaming in the face of his coach, not someone else on the other team, but it is his coach. Yeah. And Mercury in Aquarius can be, Uranus rules Aquarius, and it can be acting out in a rebellious way. Was at 11 Aquarius, right in a trine to his Mars at 10 Libra and his Sun at 12 Libra. So that smooth, easy flowing trine, that's where, trines remove all restrictions. And so his mouth started just going. And yeah, all of that stuff. Yeah, with the martial energy. And the south node's in Libra, a cosmic drain, a broom sweeping away tactfulness and things like that. So I wonder if he'll have repercussions. I don't know. In football, it doesn't matter. It's only matter if you win or whatever. Can you yell at your coach like that? I don't know. Yeah, he pushed his coach. It was very aggressive and very inappropriate. Yeah. Hi, Ziggy. Yeah. Oh, you're an Aquarius with Mars and Capricorn. Well, I hope you enjoyed that Mars and Capricorn, because it's been wonderful. I've loved it. Like really getting stuff done. Oh, you broke your elbow. Oh no. Wait, Raven, how you broke your elbow? Let me see. I missed. Let's see. Let's see. I can't. Oh no, Raven, you broke your elbow. Oh, your Libra Sun with Mars. So Courtney, how do you feel about? Have you learned how to manage and do that flipping, that Freaky Friday well with your Mars in Libra and your Venus in Scorpio? Yeah, they are like gladiators. Football players are like gladiators. Football is simulated warfare. It's as simple as that, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so Courtney's saying it is hard, like with that, Like with Venus and Scorpio, Venus is at home in Libra and Taurus. So Venus and Libra, able to keep things a little bit on the light side with when in regards with relationships. Venus and Taurus, like wanting the calm and peace. But Venus and Scorpio wants to go really deep, wants to go underneath the surface. Sometimes there could be things that come up around possessiveness or being too overly suspicious about, your people you're in a relationship with, whether it's friends or what have you. And Mars in Libra can be conflict in relationships with people you're supposed to be at peace with. Now it can make a great lawyer, or someone who needs to fight with their words or advocate for other people with their words. Whereas Venus and Scorpio can be amazing, like healer, or someone who can be with people as they go through difficult things because they're not afraid of the dark aspects of the psyche. Yeah, so every sign can do really well. Every planet and every sign can do really well. But sometimes with detriment and fall, you can't, more likely to act in extreme and unbalanced ways. So learning how to work with the energy in order to make it, order to not have conflict or whatever difficulties in relationship to the planetary energy. There's a learning curve that people go through when they have planets in detriment or fall. Oh yeah, Courtney was a great athlete. Yeah, so you did the same thing with that Travis Kelce using that mutual reception. Yeah, Pluto and Libra, yeah, and Scorpio, Venus, yes, Pale Sala, yes. You balance in extremes. I love that, yes. Okay, yeah, so Travis Kelce, what else was I going to say about him? Like, everyone's marrying him in their minds, him and Taylor Swift, which they may be forever. They definitely have, she wants to go deep. They have a Venus-Mars conjunction. So her Mars is at 26 Scorpio. His Venus is at 26 Scorpio. I'm sure the bedroom is on fire. Yes. And we know she loves all that deep stuff. So it'll be interesting to see because Uranus is coming to oppose that conjunction. And she is most likely around a 26 degree Scorpio rising. Her chart's been rectified though, so we don't have a copy of her birth certificate. But his Venus is right on her ascendant, and Mars, yeah, that is really, really hot. But Uranus is coming, so that might just be separation, or it may be because someone's traveling, or it may be some conflict or break in their relationship. I'm not sure if they met during Venus retrograde or not. So yeah, but hopefully hopefully they continue to have a great time. But you could kind of see his behavior in her chart. Like Pluto is on her Venus, and as a Scorpio rising, Venus rules her descendant, and here comes Mars coming to her Venus and Pluto there, like that. Her lover had this really big public thing. Yeah. Okay. What else was I gonna say about a good example? Usher being the performer, a good example. Yeah, you're glad the game's over. I didn't watch it. I usually like to watch the commercials. But I can get into it. I'm just not a big sports person. But anyway, Usher was the performer, and his Jupiter in the sky is on his Chiron. And Chiron has associations with our career. And so Jupiter, like success, Jupiter amplifying. I'm sure he's getting a bunch of wealth because people are buying his music and stuff like that. And what else did I want to say about him? with this. Oh, I don't know. Nothing really. It's really. Oh, he's getting married. There was something about he's supposed to be getting married, and Jupiter rules weddings. So like this double thing about him getting married on the day of his Super Bowl performance. Saturn's on his descendant, so Saturn can be the glue about bringing together a relationship. Yeah, I can't remember what else I wanted to say about this. Where's his Venus? Oh, he's a Venus in Scorpio too. Yeah. Lots of talk about Venus in Scorpio. Okay, so this new moon that we just had last week in Aquarius squared his Venus. And he's getting married. Venus rules weddings and things like that. Okay, it's not that. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He got a marriage certificate. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I saw a little bit of his thing with Alicia Keys. So one of the things that I'm concerned about this week with Mars, Pluto, and it's something to keep in mind. So the moon is in Aries until Valentine's Day, and Mars, Pluto, and Venus is also sextile Neptune. So I had concerns about domestic violence around this time. So yeah, if you know anyone who has an issue with their mate, yeah, they should really do whatever they can to keep themselves safe, not avoid conflict as much as they can. Because Venus sextile Neptune can be beautiful. It can be like falling in love, feeling great. It can also be like, relationships causing like a lot of disillusionment in a relationship. And with that Mars Pluto, I really feel like that can even be like someone getting, really, really hurt. Yeah, like arguing about why didn't you get me a Valentine's present, and then like violence breaks out. There was something, a meme that this account put up about, because I guess it got very sexy. I mean, it's a performance with Alicia Keys and Usher, and put this meme about like pretend like Alicia Keys comes home and then like her husband slaps her. It was really disturbing, but it was very much in line with that Mars Pluto and that Venus sextile Neptune imagery with is what they put up. Anyway, yeah. So Beyonce unexpectedly dropped an album, and her time is rectified, but she's thought to be a 20-degree Libra rising, the new moon at 20 Aquarius on the cusp of her fifth house of self-expression and entertainment and things like that, was in a trine to her ascendant, and the new moon squared Uranus. Uranus brings surprises. She launched a surprise album, and it's a country album, I guess, which is like a different genre with her. So she's doing something innovative. She's using the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction to do something innovative with her work. Yeah, I love that. And yeah, that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is opposite her moon in Scorpio. It'll be interesting to see. Oh, and Saturn's coming opposite her sun. I wonder if the album will be a success. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this album turns out. I assume it will, since so far she's got like the Midas touch with everything she touches turns to gold. Yeah, we'll see. But I listened to the two songs and they sounded good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was sexy. Okay, yeah. Oh, the album is coming on 3/29. That is right after that's really interesting. That's right after the Libra, 5 Libra that 5 Libra eclipse. So that eclipse is activating her 12th house. Interesting. So the sun and the sun will be in her sixth house of the work she does, for the money she makes. Opposites her Mercury. Mercury communicates, and her Saturn conjunction. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it's received. Okay, what else did I want to say? The only thing else I wanted to talk about, I was going to talk about Trump. And so when the sun rules the leader, and so there was the sun last week squared Uranus. And Uranus, unexpected things coming up. And the President Biden, oh my God, there was this report about him and his document scandal where he took some classified documents home. And the person who wrote the report put all this stuff in there about how he was a well-meaning old man who had a poor memory and this and that, which is not conducive to running for re-election. So the Biden administration was trying to do damage control all weekend because Sun square Uranus, this shock that came at the president unexpectedly with the release of this report, kind of, and underneath the surface that week was also Mars sextile Neptune. So saying essentially that his actions were like he wasn't effective essentially because he was a doddering old man. So that also kind of came up with that Sun square Uranus. And then Trump, oh my God, so much. I can't even remember what the shock was about Donald Trump last week. There was something, I can't even remember. Every single day it's something new with him. Like on Saturday, he went crazy talking about how he's not going to protect NATO and is going to say, Russia, you can take whatever you want if they don't pay their bill. They don't have a bill to pay. They're just supposed to invest in their own military. So he was acting erratic and crazy and causing all this controversy on Saturday. His progressed moon has moved into the sign of Scorpio. It moved into Scorpio the day after he lost that $83 million to E. Jean. He turned $5 million by running his mouth, stomping around the courtroom, stomping out, turned $5 million into an $83 million judgment. That finally shut him up. And about that court case, that defamation court case, but he's the progressed moon in Scorpio is often associated when your moon like some kind of crisis. So he had this financial crisis, and now he is boiling inside, and Pluto is squaring his progressed moon, and I expect we'll see what happens, but over the next several months, it's going to be. I think he's just going to escalate the things that he's saying that of a very scorpionic nature. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, he posted about Taylor Swift too. This is what this guy thinks about, and people want him to be president again. He's consumed with being popular and worried about Taylor. He says he's more popular than Taylor Swift. Yeah, dream on. Yeah, he's really, if you thought he was crazy before, hold on to your hat. He is going to, it's going to get more and more and more as his progressed mood goes into it through Scorpio. Yes, he said he's responsible. Taylor Swift owes him because some legislation that he signed about music. I don't know what I read it. It went in one ear out the other, or in one eye out the other when I read it. Yeah. Yeah. It's wonderful. Yeah, it's wild. I can't even believe we're in this situation. He also was making fun of Nikki Haley's husband being overseas. He's deployed. He's a soldier. A major in the armed services deployed in the Horn of Africa, and he was trying to insinuate something was wrong with their marriage. He is really something. He is just really something. But yeah, you get what you. So I think someone said years ago. Yeah, and Pluto like really exposes things. So Mars, this is a great next couple of days to think about like the actions you take. You may get some like awakenings, like some unearthing of shadows about why you do what you do. That like stay present and really pay attention to it as Mars today moves into Aquarius and it's conjunct Pluto, especially if it's activating your chart. I had some things come to my attention. Like Pluto brings things, when personal planets touch Pluto, stuff comes up from the psyche that you may rather disown, you may not like your shadow energies, but they're there for you to see it, for recognition, for healing, just self-understanding, all of this kind of stuff. Yeah. Oh, good music for royalties on streaming. Yeah. I'm pretty confident she's not a fan of his. Jess says the more she tries, Jess is in Canada, the more she tries to understand the U.S., the more confused she gets. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Kanye is another one who's going to be going insane over the next, like, we've seen nothing about Kanye yet. Pluto, he's got his Mars, I believe, at 1 degree of Taurus. He's got his Mars and Venus and Chiron all at the very early degrees of Taurus. So Pluto is squaring them. Apparently, he dropped a song about his wife or whatever, this new lady he's with. I don't know if she's his wife or girlfriend, whatever, about giving him oral sex on the gondola in Venice, which got them banned from this company. In public, and he rapped about that, and he's walking around. He has his wife walking around in like a clear trash bag, and I mean he's got this. He was wearing a Freddy Krueger mask the other day, which is so like Pluto square Mars. Yeah, he's gonna get even more decompose even more. It's really concerning about him and the safety of people around Kanye. Yeah. Yeah, we in the flat out wonder, well, says we in the U.S. are wondering too about ourselves. Well, there was someone said years ago, I don't remember who it was, like Barack Obama was who we think we are, see ourselves as. Like when Trump came down that escalator, that was very plutonic, like that descent into hell, and that like Donald Trump is who like America really is underneath the surface. Like it brings up, he's like the ugly American archetype on steroids. Like you could think about Mars Pluto, like when he like at that meeting where he like just knocked this other world leader aside. That's very Mars Pluto. Yeah. Talks about nothing about how great he is, that's very like the ego on steroids. The United States is Sun, Jupiter, and Venus all in the sign of Cancer, amplifying. That can be a sense of like high esteem for oneself or narcissism. Yeah. Like no interest in other, very nativistic, no interest in other people's stuff. Yeah. The shadow sides of America is like, the idealized version of America was like what America could be, like electing a black president, Obama, who was very well spoken and good at, building community as an Aquarius rising, versus it's Leo rising, all about himself. He thinks he's like royalty, attention seeking, all this kind of stuff. The shadow energies of Leo. Yeah. Tanya says, don't try to understand what's happening here. It will rot your brain and zap your livelihood. Oh my God, I cannot imagine. I think he's just going to act so. I think there's going to be all this stress up to the election. about what's going on, but I think he's gonna act so wild. We'll see. It's still early days, but yeah, yeah, it's still early days. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Kanye has Pluto squaring, and today Mars and Pluto like this. Yeah, we may be hearing more and more about Kanye. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that woman who's married to I would be scared for her too. I would be scared for her safety. Yeah, yeah. Oh, hopefully he's just attention seeking and not. Yeah, I know there's a lot of broken adults out there. Yeah, yeah. The astrology around the election is wild. I'm gonna write it. If I want to do a lot of things, I want to write an article about it. Yeah, we'll see. But it's good. We're going to be having Mars in so Pluto's going back into Capricorn, and then Mars and Cancer will be opposite Pluto, and then go into Leo right before the election. It's going to be wild. So I think there's going to be all this like outrage about stuff, but I think it might kind of fizzle. We'll see. I haven't had time to study it. I don't know if Kanye's abusive or not. Yeah, but if he is, I'd be very concerned. If it's more than just his mouth running, because Mars in Taurus is in detriment, where one can get really mad and yeah, one can be abusive, like in a horary, which is the chart where you cast a chart. Somebody asks you a question, you cast the chart, and the planets are significators. And if it's like, I remember in my horary school, we had a one where it was a murder case, and the murderer was Mars and Taurus. Yeah, and symbolic of all that. I don't think Taylor Swift wants to be president. No, I think she wants to dance, sing, and write her poetry. Okay, hey, Rose, nice to see you. Okay, well, there is. I need to talk more about that, but not today. About Taylor Swift, and she's like tied into the Aries ingress chart that her Pluto is conjunct the ascendant, and all these conservative and MAGA people are going wild about her influencing the election. I don't know. Last night when I saw Beyonce was dropping these country songs, Taylor Swift is dating this football player, like they're expanding their influence. Wouldn't it be wonderful if they came together? Because, you know, Beyonce went to Taylor Swift's Eras concert. Was it Eras? Or whatever, that recent concert she did. And Taylor Swift went to the Renaissance concert. What if they came together and did some big, like, voting song or video about getting people registered, and they got, like, you know, people who've never voted before registering, and put some stuff about vote like your rights depend on it, because they do. That would be phenomenal. The really right-wing people, their heads would explode. Yes, they would. I love the idea. Yeah. Yeah, it would be wonderful if they collaborated. That's what I was thinking. Because, like, Taylor Swift's Venus is at 1 Aquarius, and Beyonce's Mars is at 1 Leo. So they've got that Venus-Mars opposition. I would love to see it. It could be absolute fire. Okay, I'm going to use the galactic guides. Oh, I didn't talk about. Yeah. So the last thing I'll talk about is what happened in Israel. And I had my eye on it. I forgot that, whenever there's something about the hostages, it's a Venus is being aspected. So Venus is sextile Neptune right now, and Mars conjunct Pluto. They went into this Rafa city with heavy gunfire and rescued 2 hostages last night. And that makes total sense with Mars at that 29th degree of Capricorn. This strategy was presented. The strategy and the tactics led to success and getting some of the hostages. Now with Mars conjunct Pluto, I'm really concerned about the citizens in Gaza with this campaign that might be happening in Rafah. So really notice what happened. I think it could be really, really just even war. The war could just get uglier and uglier. I don't know where these people are supposed to go. They've been kind of moved around. Millions of people moved around Gaza with this war. And I know Egypt is threatening to exit a peace treaty. Venus rules treaties, is going into Aquarius, and it's going to meet Pluto on Saturday, I believe. And there's going to be a first quarter moon. So keep an eye out to see if relationships are obliterated or treaties or kind of torn up because of the brutality of Mars Pluto that Israel does this week in Rafah. Yeah, very sad. Yeah, very sad. With Mars Pluto, it could be really, really, just really devastating. Let's see. Yeah. Yes, I would love Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs. I loved that. I think everybody did love that fast car duet. Oh my God, that was so wonderful. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to use the Galactic Guides Oracle. Be guided by the love, light, and magic of the galaxy. This is by Victoria Maxwell, illustrated by Ellie Grant, and it's a rock pool deck. I have 3 of her decks. 3 of her decks. She has she's a wonderful, I love her decks because what she does is she gives a lot of information, and then she gives all of these different things. Like if your question is about love, money, purpose, service, spirituality, light work, and shadow work with this deck. And look, it's astrology related deck, and there's fixed stars and all kinds of stuff in here. This is a really, really great deck. So it is one of the decks on I'm pretty sure it's on I better check. I think it's on my storefront. If not, I'll add it. But I'll put a link for you to purchase. If you purchase through my link, if you want the deck, I get a few pennies. So I love if you use my link. Okay. Let me pull 3 cards for what we need to know as we navigate this week. I think there could be a lot of really intense energy. I mean, I know there is. Mars Pluto is today. And then Venus moves into Aquarius and then meets Pluto, and then Venus meets Mars at 6 degrees of Aquarius. So there's going to be a lot around war and peace, and it's Aquarius season right now, the collective. And on Saturday, the first quarter moon, it's either Friday or Saturday, activates Algol, that fixed star that's associated with catastrophe. So it's going to be an intense week in the collective. Okay, let's see. But Venus is sextile Neptune. That's nice today. Oh, okay. Interesting. So Draco is the first card. Charisma, challenge, judgment, and ascension. Look at this, Draco. I think this is the fixed star, Draco. Let me read it. So this is the foundation of the reading. Let's see. Draco. Charisma, challenges, judgment, ascension. The elements are air and titanium. It's the root chakra. Crystal is Draghi Jade. Flower, snake head fritillary, and plant dragon fruit. Ooh, this is good. Okay, Mars. This is Mars. Challenges are opportunities for growth. Watch your judgments and expectations of others. This is the Valentine's Day message. My boo took me out on Saturday for Valentine's Day. We had a lovely time. Yeah. Use everything in your path as a stepping stone to your ascension. Who or what are you judging right now? What challenges are helping you grow? Draco, which is Latin for dragon, is one of the largest constellations in the sky. Ancient Greek legends tell us of Draco, the dragon being slain during a hero's quest. It's also been associated with the serpent from the Garden of Eden and has often been seen through history as something negative or to fear. And in modern spirituality is often associated with reptilian, magnetic, charismatic energy with a dark side. While some reptilian beings did choose a darker path, many chose a path of self-improvement, enlightenment, and ascension. When calling on the star beings of Draco, ask for the ascended beings from there to support you, and an opportunity to look at your judgments and focus on your ascension journey. And for love, relationships are the ultimate opportunity for personal and spiritual growth. The people who challenge you may have the most to teach you. So this is a great opportunity because the next card is Pluto. So I feel like this is the Mars-Pluto conjunction, which I was just talking about having the opportunity to look at your shadow energies, about how you take action. And this can be with the Aquarius, thinking about the collective, or your friends. Like if you have one of your friends and his or her boo does something really nice for them, do you get jealous? Do you give your boo like a bunch of like hidden subtext, like nasty little comments, withhold sex? That could be use sex as a weapon. That could be this Mars-Pluto kind of stuff. Just recognizing within yourself, like Venus is sextile Neptune. So, forgive yourself over how you act in relationship because, we all have our things under the surface, but I think this is calling for some shadow work around stuff and expectations and judgments, or like, are you someone who feels like there needs to be some big hullabaloo for, Valentine's Day? This is not the year to make a scene about anything. Okay. And then the last card is the new moon. New beginnings, intention, manifestation, and hope. Yeah, so this, like doing this work can help you, like maybe act in a new way or a new start, or taking the actions to bring you some really positive things. Let me just read about Draco. What else does it say? Light work. Activate your charisma by expanding and lighting up your energy, bodies, and aura. Claim your power. Take your seat at the table. Get support while facing challenges. When others judge you, remember it's their karma, not yours. Shadow. Consider where your fears may just be judgments. Remember, the journey is not about what you do in your spiritual practice, but the way you live your life. Try to see the lessons in the people and things that frustrate you. Activate your ascended reptilian energy by stepping into your power without apology. Stepping into your power without apology. That's like Mars, Pluto. Yes, let me see the comments. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, this is a wonderful deck. Hey, Sarah, Astrology in the house. Yes. I hope you're, so this is something, Sarah had a big Uranian event with that new moon. Yes, Astro Auntie is wonderful. We have to do a live again soon, but right now I'm so crazy. Okay. You're dealing with someone who's throwing their power around, Jess. Keep that in mind this week. There's a lot of intensity. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it's Year of the Dragon. Oh, that's right. It's Year of the Dragon. Okay, thank you. I forgot. I don't know Chinese astrology very well. And this is Mars Pluto conjunction. Pluto's words are revelation, transformation, death and rebirth, and liberation. And the new moon's words are new beginnings, intention, manifestation, and hope. Yeah, oh, that's right. Chinese, everybody's telling me it's the Year of the Dragon. Yes, it's the Year of the Dragon, Draco. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Perfect cards for this week. Yes, yes. Yeah, they are. Oh, good, Courtney. Yes, it was a whole message. Okay, everyone. So, yeah, great time to come get a reading. If you want to talk about what's coming up for you, have any kind of situation that you're struggling with, sign up for my Moon Mastery program through Synchronicity University. It is very inexpensive. You'll never get it this inexpensive again. I'm so excited to be able to teach this for so many people. At a rate, pretty much anyone can afford the $25, although consider another option if you can. Yes, and take good care. Have a beautiful day and listen to the Celestial Insights podcast if you haven't already.